today I wanted to come to read to you one of our big books, and it's called On the Move, okay? We're going to get to reading this a little bit later, but before we do that, I wanted to read and discuss with you some of the amazing words that you are going to hear throughout the book. Our first word is a compound word, dog sled, okay? So the whole word is dog sled. Remember, a compound word is two small words that come together to form one big word. So a dog sled is very similar to its word, the meaning. It's a sled that's designed to be pulled by dogs, a dog sled. The next word we're going to see throughout our story is a kayak. A kayak is a type of canoe, and it's made of a light frame. It's got a little tiny opening in it. It's a lightweight canoe that people can take in the water, such as a river, mostly calm bodies of water you want to have a canoe in. So you don't really want it in the ocean, although I guess some people might take their adventures to the ocean in it. But a lot of times you can be in a river or a lake, and you can be in your little kayak. A submarine, boys and girls, this is a vessel that's designed to operate completely in the deep sea for long periods of time. So it goes way under the ocean to explore the deep sea. The next word is a llama. A llama, boys and girls, is a type of animal, and they're in the camel family. And they're usually valued for their soft, woolly fleece. So think about a lamb. You know how when you feel them, they're soft, woolly fleece? The llama has a similar coating. They have a soft, woolly, fluffy covering, but they're also in the camel family. They're taller, okay, than sheep. Travel, this is a verb. To travel, boys and girls, means to make a journey, to go somewhere, to travel. And our last word is double-decker bus. And you know from reading our story Read Aloud together this week that a double-decker bus is a bus that has 2 stories or decks. A lot of times we see these double-decker buses in major cities, and lots of times over in Europe, such as Italy, Spain, England, which is where we got to read about them in our story of the week, Read Aloud this week. They were in England. Okay? So I hope you get to see and explore lots of these words that we just went over in our big book. I'm going to kind of switch myself over so that you guys can help see the big book this week. And I hope you enjoy. And as we read it together, I want you to ask yourself, what is the main idea? What's the big purpose? What is the author trying to tell us, mainly, about the story? Okay, guys, enjoy. On the move. You see the exclamation point? So when I read this title, I want to read it with lots of expression. On the move. And you can see on the very front cover here, it looks like a family. It looks like they're going to go somewhere fun. We can see some of the things they're carrying. A beach ball. We could see a teddy bear. We can see this little girl has 2 leis around her neck. Where do you think they might be going? Where could you go? Anybody guess? My guess is Hawaii. If they're going somewhere maybe tropical or warm together, we see their luggage that they're carrying. Okay, the author is Donna Latham. And if you remember, an author of a story's job is to write the story. All right, I'm going to go over the parts of the book. This part of the book is the front cover. This part of the book is the spine. This is the back cover. And I open the book, I'm going to see the title page again, On the Move. I'm going to do my best to read this to you and hold it in closer for you to get better peeks of the pictures, okay? Where's the place you want to go? What ways do you get there? Do you know? These are questions, so we see the question mark at the end. They're asking you something. When we must get from here to there, we travel by water, land, and air. So if we look closely at this page, you know that people can travel from here to there by water, air, and land. Look, the taxi is taking us somewhere, right? And that's by land. The airplane is taking us somewhere up in the air. And we know that the sailboat here is taking us from place to place, traveling in the water. Everybody, pile on in. Buckle up. Let's begin. You know, no matter where you travel, you should always put safety first. Buckle up that seatbelt, whether that's on an airplane or in a car, right? Wherever you go, try to buckle up if you can to stay safe. Where do you think these people are going? Where are they? How are they traveling? In an airplane. Very good. Everybody, wave goodbye. We're on the move. Come on, let's fly. So they're saying goodbye and they're getting on their airplane. I wonder where they're going. When you're in an airplane lots of times and you look out the window, you could see something similar to this picture. You could see those buildings. They might look really teeny tiny. You might see those roads, and eventually, once you get really high up in the air, you're not going to see that land anymore. You're going to see those white puffy clouds in the sky. Around the world, we're on a quest. We'll find the ways to travel best. Do you like this view way up high? Our airplane zooms right through the sky. That's the noise they're hearing as they take off. Vroom. Sometimes your ears might pop too, right, as you're lifting off for takeoff in the airplane. To home or school, in a city or town, a car zigs and zags and zooms around. 6 big wheels and a heavy load, a truck rumbles and rambles down the road. How are these two means of transportation different, the car and the truck? I noticed, boys and girls, that the truck has more wheels than the car. Which one's the bigger vehicle, the car or the truck? The truck is bigger. Very good. How are they similar? They both drive on the road, right? They both stay on land. They don't fly, right? And you don't want to ride them in the water. They're vehicles that you would see on the road. Very good. Clickety-clack along the track. A quick train zips you there and back. Wow, look at the scenery there behind the train. Do you notice a word, another amazing word that we talked about last week? It's a mountain, boys and girls. That big, big high hill in the air, right? Part of the Earth's surface. How many of you, when you have ever traveled, have seen big mountains like this? I know I have. They're really pretty to see, especially as you're traveling. Splashing, dashing, winning rays. A kayak veers above the waves. There's our amazing word. What color is that kayak? It's red, and look at the man. He's on an adventure. He's wearing a helmet. He has an oar in his hand that helps him paddle in the water. And there's that little tiny opening that he's in. Remember, he looks like he's actually in waters that are a little bit like not as calm, right, as a lake or a river. It looks like he could be going down a big riverbank or stream with a lot more action going on there, right? Lots more splashing and water moving. Where there's no road, where there's no rail, a sure-footed llama moves up the trail. There's another amazing word. This is the llama, boys and girls. Remember, they're related to the camel family, right? They're in the camel family, and they're known for their woolly-like coating, their little woolly fur, right? Almost like that of a sheep, but their coating of fur looks a little bit longer, right? Not as fluffy. Over frozen ground and chunky snow, a dog sled is the very best way to go. Look, there's another one of our amazing words. There's the dog sled, and look at all those dogs that have to pull that sled. If you've ever read the story The Call of the Wild, it's actually a movie out now too. It's one of my favorite books. Buck is that known character that's known to pull the sled. He's one of the leaders to pull that sled. And there's a man in the back that gives them commands to tell them which way to go. On rushing waters of purest white, a raft bounces and bobs, so hold on tight. Wow, look at that big raft. There's many people in that raft, and they're all working together to go down the river. Desert winds are blowing sand as a camel ambles over the land. So in other countries, they travel by animal, and in this case, the man is traveling by camel. Wow, look at that camel. How many of you have ever been on a camel ride in the zoo before? Have you been? You know, it's a bumpy ride, right? Not only because they're tall and they're kind of more like a slower animal, but their long bodies kind of help you sway as you travel. So it's kind of a bumpy way to travel, right? And look, there's a pyramid behind them. See that pyramid? Through murky waters in a squishy swamp, an airboat is the very best way to romp. Wow, an airboat, that's a compound word, two small words in one. The ocean sparkles in the sun's warm glow as the submarine vanishes down below. That's a big word, boys and girls. Can you help me whisper that word? Say vanish. Vanish means to disappear. Where is the submarine disappearing to? The deep sea, right? Remember, that's the vessel, right, that can travel under the sea, in the deep, deep sea. How many of you would like to travel that way? Would you? Would you like to explore those creatures in the ocean? Oh, that would be fun. To carry many people, take this advice. A double-decker bus is twice as nice. I think I would like that to travel. And I would love to sit up at the very top, right, to get a better view. This is that double-decker bus. That was one of our amazing words as well. It's a beautiful day, but it's too far to hike. So strap on your helmet and pedal your bike. And you could see the little child in the back riding with his parents. Look, they're on a double bicycle. If you've ever been to the boardwalk down the seashore, you know that there's all kinds of bicycles. You could have surreys, you could have individual bikes, you could have toddlers' bicycles with training wheels. But in this case, the man and women are on a double bike pedaling, and the little child's on the back. And he has wheels too, but he doesn't need to pedal. He doesn't have to do any of the hard work, right? Just go along for the ride. Whirling propellers allow it to hover. A helicopter ride is a time to discover. Wow, I've never been on a helicopter, but it is on my bucket list, I think. If I were ever in a place where I would want to explore the land from high above, a helicopter ride, boys and girls, is the way to go. The propeller is the thing that spins at the top that helps the helicopter move, okay? We've flown around from here to there. We've seen travel by water, land, and air. Remember, this family in the beginning of the book traveled by airplane to get to where they wanted to go. What ways to get there did you know? So if you look at this map, you could see that different places in our world, other people travel, differently. So not everybody travels by airplane. Some people travel by camel. Some people might travel by car or by train or by a canoe or a helicopter, right? These are all different ways we can travel. So what was the main idea of this book? The author wanted us to find out what was his big idea that he wanted to tell us. The people in the world travel many different ways. Very good, boys and girls. So I hope you enjoyed this book today with me. I hope you learned lots of new amazing words. Continue reading books with your families and try to read for about 20 to 30 minutes a day. Keep working on those sight words, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.